let's start. When people start to come over, they can join us. That will be good. Mike, close, leave it open. Close. Perfect. Thank you everyone for coming along. Much appreciated. Thank you for taking the time on busy lives, busy schedules, beautiful weather, that you can enjoy. So yeah, thank you for coming along. Today is all about celebration and looking back onto what we all have done. Today is gonna be short, sweet. Just wanted to share what we've been doing and yeah, have a code about what is next. Main thing, talk about conservation and AI, a little bit of background of who we are, why we are here, and then we're going to have a couple of presentations from some of the projects that we are working on, and then yeah, what is next. To set the scene, let's just look at here and just be present, start the event the right way. So whakatakateho ki te ura, whakatakateho ki te tonga, kia makina kina ki uta, kia mata, kia ahi ake ana te atakura, he tio, he huka, he ohu, sihe, maori. Choose this karakia because it talks about the different elements, the sea, the winds, and I think that it's important to have that connection. Sometimes in our everyday life we get a little bit out of touch of nature. And I'm thinking, so I prepared this presentation for a while and giving a bit of background of where we come from and who we are and stuff like that. But in relation to nature mostly. This is my journey, I guess, from more biology focus onto tech and why Wildlife.ai happens. But this is more of my journey, and Wildlife.ai is more than just one person at this point, and it's amazing to see this. So I just quickly hit those ones, and I'm going to focus on what is Wildlife.ai, what is all the magic that we are putting together. It's conservation, it's education, it's community. Those are the three main pillars that we have. And what I wanted to focus now is to see this big journey that we have had over the years. So from starting 6 years ago, it's been an amazing progress onto getting a lot of support from different people, from different organizations. And it's amazing to be able to be here. So yeah, this is not about only one person, or this is not about only one project. This is Wildlife.ai. This is everyone sharing similar values about the TIA and about tech. I came together onto this celebratory event or celebration because as part of a charity we need to do an annual report, and we need to look back every year at what we have done, where we have spent the money, what has been our impact. So we are just finalizing that annual report, and I will share it with all of you after this event, hopefully this week. Next one is just been signed off. So you will be able to see a little bit more detail about it. I don't want to bother anyone too much with stats, but this is about AI and tech, so here is some numbers for you. And this is the achievements that we did last year. So we have 940 people that learn about AI and tech on the different events that we attended, like Futaya and different events that we were kindly invited to be part of. We have 4 main projects that we are delivering. So So that was again last year. There has been more projects throughout the time, but we focused last year on 4 projects. We have over 14K visitors on the website, unique visitors. 2,500 volunteer hours. As with any organizations, I'm afraid that all of you are aware of, we heavily rely on volunteers. So yeah, I cannot thank enough all the amount of magic that has happened before the scenes for making where we are. We have 29 data rangers, so it's people who are part of the organization, helping with some of the machine learning side of things, or with the comms, or with any other admin and accounting, and any other thing that happens behind the scenes. And we have almost 900 followers on LinkedIn, and that's one thing that we also achieved this year. That because the organization is growing, we need to be able to scale up, so we need to have the systems in place. So we have reviewed and updated all the good fun things, insurance and accounting systems and HR, and we revisit our social media strategies, our comms. And one thing that it was clear was that we needed a way to express what Wildlife.ai was on a way that people can see themselves. So I think that we mentioned before, there is a video about it, so I'm going to play just a minute, and it captures what Wildlife.ai is. So I wanted to share it with you. Today, hopefully it will come through.
We are a nation defined by our extraordinary biodiversity. But are we sleepwalking into a mass extinction?
The world is witnessing a biodiversity crisis, and New Zealand is no exception.
We are in a race to protect our wildlife, and we're losing.
We need innovative solutions before it's too late.
Born in Taranaki, Wildlife.ai is on a mission to accelerate conservation using artificial intelligence. They're developing machine learning monitoring systems, empowering everyday Kiwis to be part of the solution, and inspiring our next generation of kaitiaki, shaping a future where unique wildlife thrives all around us.
The nickname Kiwi is applied to all New Zealanders.
Our biodiversity is the cultural fabric of who we are. So we have to do everything we can to protect our precious heritage. Because their future,
The sole survivor of a reptile species,
is in our hands.
So yeah, as I mentioned before, these kind of videos and content it's been possible by all the magic that has happened last year, and yeah, it has enabled us to share that message on a non-Spanish accent. So what is the Wildlife.ai way? So after we've seen and after we have familiarity with some of the projects, AI is getting bigger and bigger. It is hard to keep up with what is AI, what is not. How do we really use this for meaningful things? So the Wildlife.ai way is simple. We find a problem, we propose a solution, we prototype, we do something small, we test it, and then we see how that can be scaled up. It's not rocket science, just trying to keep it simple, but the main thing is to have the community behind. It it is not about the tech, it is about providing a solution that it is meaningful for that specific problem that we're looking at. So throughout the next couple of presentations, we're going to be seeing this kind of Wildlife.ai way more in a practical way. So I wanted to pass on to Kalindi to talk about one of the projects, Spyfish Aurora. So just pass it there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to talk about Spyfish Aurora and what we've been up to over the last few months and last year, I guess. So the objective is to basically utilize machine learning and citizen science to monitor marine reserves more efficiently. And that's the goal. And you can see here is the fish, a picture of fish, and this is like the way machine learning creates this. Well, you can use machine learning to create these boxes around fish automatically. And so this is how it will look like at the end, maybe. And so the existing process is now, this is the marine reserve reporting with the Department of Conservation of New Zealand, and basically the rangers, some of you are here, go out in the field with the baited underwater video, and there's more than 40 reserves in New Zealand where this happens, and there's multiple locations in each reserve. So 20 locations, 40 marine reserves, that's already a lot of videos. And then when you come back on land, you review the videos by hand, and each video is 30 minutes, and each 30 seconds, one needs to say what's the maximum amount of fish on that video. So you can imagine it's quite a process. And and then at the end, this information is combined into a report that should influence policies and can help with decisions. So what we are working on is basically to streamline this process and automate and standardize. And the first part is to clean this and standardize the data that already exists, and then to standardize the input that comes in. So when you go out into the field, you can just input data, no need to write it on papers and then make mistakes while filling it in because we're human. And then there's this interesting part of automation, which includes 3 steps, which is the machine learning, the citizen science, and the expert annotations. So first we will throw all the videos into the machine learning, and whatever the machine learning won't be confident on, we'll go to citizen scientists, and what citizen scientists won't agree on, then the experts will be able to review. So it's kind of, it cuts down the bulk of each work so that each part, like machine learning, for example, will take away a lot of the empty videos, and that's not interesting for nobody. Yeah, and then citizen scientists can deal with simple cases, and then experts can deal with like more complicated cases, and then have time also to go out more, and so on. And then the last step is basically with all this info that comes in, there can be basically this automated pipeline to the dashboards. And so this is the plan. I think step 1 or 2 on that. I think 2 of the map that Victor showed. And what have we done so far? So this is actually how it looks like. Oh, the video is done. So it's basically, it already shows, and then it outputs a list of sightings, and then we can like figure out how many fish were on the image. But we can go step by step. There have been apps created so that people, when they go out, the rangers, when they go out into the field, you can input that in a standardized way. Quite a lot of the historical data was cleaned. 80,000 10-second clips were annotated by citizen scientists on Zooniverse, and also we trained the first iteration of the model, and so it sees now the snapper and the cod, and it's and then there's a reporting dashboard for visualization. Yocam. And the next step is basically do everything that the milestones were already doing, just better and more automated. So it's like it's a constant iteration of what we've already done, and just for more data, for more cases, and so on. I think that's good. And so this is the team. As Victor mentioned, there's a lot of people who are not on these photos, like all the ranges, volunteers and researchers, and so it's a lot of work with many people, but we got to be on this slide. That's it. Thanks a lot. And questions later.
Thank you. The next case, the wildlife watcher, unfortunately Carolina couldn't be here. She's in Europe, so she recorded a video of it, so we can
Hi everybody, my
listen
name is
to her.
Carolina and I'm a product manager for Wildlife Watcher. I'm sorry I can't be there with you, I'm currently in Europe, but I'll give you a brief summary of the Wildlife Watcher project progress in this recording. The project was launched as we've noticed that a lot of current wildlife camera systems have some big limitations, especially when it comes to how the camera is triggered. Most of the current equipment struggles to detect cold-blooded species such as reptiles, amphibians, and invertebrates, and even some small mammals. On top of that, there is often a lag between capturing and classifying images, which can slow down decision-making, but also result in outdated information being used. And how do we aim to address it? In simple terms, we're building a smarter and more flexible camera system that uses a reliable motion sensor, which can detect both cold and warm-blooded animals. We're also working on enabling machine learning models to run directly on the camera with an easy way to manage and train them. To make things simpler, we're developing a mobile app as well that will let users set up and control the camera without needing to interact with the device itself. And on top of all that, we want the system to send real-time alerts to let users know when a specific species is detected. So basically our goal is to make the camera accurate, affordable and reliable even for long deployments in the field. Now, what are the main use cases that we focused on? The first one is the lizard, specifically Cooper skink. We want it to be able to set up the camera and take good quality pictures with data stored locally for now, so that users can process the footage using external tools. The second use case was for detecting and identifying rodents, especially rats, since it's important for predator control. Here we needed a reliable motion sensor with an AI model running directly on camera and real-time updates. An efficient battery was also important to support long-term deployments. And as the system evolves, we will be able to cover more use cases to test the device with. Now let's look at the progress that we've made. We've split the development of the minimum viable product into two main phases. MVP1, the lizard use case, which was completed at the end of March, and MVP2, which is the rodent use case, currently underway and on track for completion by the end of June. For MVP1, we delivered a fully functional camera trap capable of capturing high-quality images along with the time-lapse mode. The power source was supplied to support reliable operations, and on the data side, we set up image processing pipelines using Wildlife Insights and organised. We also set up the foundation work for a mobile app by building the backend infrastructure and establishing the initial workflows. With MVP2, we already implemented motion detection and deployed on-camera AI for rat detection. We're now in the process of testing these capabilities, and we have also refined the technical design to improve and simplify the system. And work will now focus on developing a custom durable camera casing for field deployment. On the software side, we're enhancing user flows within the mobile app to improve species coverage. And looking ahead, we're also preparing for the beta release of the Wildlife Watcher, which is currently scheduled for September. We aim for the camera to be able to run multiple AI models to enable detection of a wider range of species. It will also have motion detection and a night vision, making it suitable for both day and night. We're adding an option for high quality images, as well as expanding the mobile app functionality to support all key camera operations, including device checks, managing projects, and deployments. Users will be able to train and upload their own AI models, giving them more flexibility for different use cases. And the system will also work with existing image processing tools, and we continue to prioritize long battery life too, to support the extended field deployments. All of these updates are aimed at making the system more user-friendly and more adaptable for real-world scenarios. And as for the team that made it all happen, here they are. Thank you so much for everyone that's been involved, and we're very excited to be moving on to the next stage. Thank you for listening.
Awesome. So that's 2 out of the 3 presentations that we have today. Up next, Tash.
Thank you. Kia ora koutou. For those who don't know, I'm Tash and I'm Education Lead for Wildlife.ai. So kind of a couple of years ago, Wildlife.ai team realised that there needed to be a bit of a bridge or a step between the conservation work that they were currently doing and the next generation, like our tamariki. So Wildlife.ai was kind of developed. So kind of a bit of a backstory, it's more than a year, but so in 2023, the pilot program was launched. That was a hands-on project where Victor and Portia would go into the schools and work with various classes, and with the support of Doc and Te Taiao, they worked with the classes, teaching them about AI and marine conservation. So given the positive feedback and enthusiasm that came from the students and the teachers from that, last year in 2024, we refined the program. So it's moved to an online platform just so that we can reach more students and more classes and spread the message around conservation, Mātauranga Māori, as well as AI. So this year, our milestones, the refined program is now 6 comprehensive lessons that are aligned to the New Zealand curriculum. It's really important so that it fits into the class and into our schools. While still keeping the interactive and real life context, working around spyfish, Aotearoa and data, identifying the raw data. Currently we've got 5 schools trialling the refined program with 9 classes. Feedback from students has been really positive. They're really engaged, got a lot of enthusiasm now around marine science, as well as the AI and the tech side of things. Coming up, so we're really just utilising any opportunity. The program's at a point now where it can be released to other schools. So we're at a point now where we're promoting the program and taking any opportunity that we can to spread the word around the Wildlife.ai. Since we presented at Waiora, which was with Waiora, which was great, yes. Presented at regional teachers' hui's, information days, conservation days, any events, anything that will help spread the word. And we're looking at moving the creating another program around AI, but looking at the ngahere or the forest, taking into some of that work around the skinks and predator and pest management. So we are a small core team. There's Victor, myself and Portia, but it would not have been possible without the support from Te Taiao, Department of Conservation, Learner Me and Branding HQ. Yeah, without these people, it wouldn't have been the amazing product that we've got now, and hopefully it will become, yeah, I say the world domination one school at a time. So yeah, and that's us.
Kia ora, Tash. Awesome, so I don't want to keep you for much longer, but hopefully you had a bit of a flavor of what we have been up to for the last year. So what is next? I mentioned AI is starting to be a bit overwhelming about the amount of things that it can do or it can't do. So I have an exercise for you. I created 2 AI-generated images, and I took 2 to images from the internet. So I want you to try to find out which ones are real, which ones are fake. Snail is fake?
Yeah. Is that obvious for you?
Well, I don't know. I only think it is.
Oh, that's all right.
It's just an opinion. Only because it looks.
Is it a kiwi? Yeah.
The kiwi is fake.
Kiwi,
And the snails is like a
Top two are out there.
Top two are fake.
That's all right.
So you can see AI is getting better and better onto everything, generating images, generating text, different aspects. For revealing the surprises, I even went a bit farther and created a fake video about it. So the two fake ones, here are the videos for them. So that is how, like, we are getting onto. For me, on an everyday kind of base, it is easy to get lost on all these cool tools and what it can do and what it cannot do and how to use them and stuff like that. For me, it is about that Wildlife.ai pathway. It is about finding meaningful problems that can be resolved, that the community actually needs. It is not only about just making fake images and playing games, you know? But it does have consequences. So AI and all the digital tools, it can be a little bit of a labyrinth, it can be a little bit of a maze. We can go down a rabbit hole that people will only find out what is in the nahere by using these tools. So this is a AI-generated image of native animals on a native New Zealand forest. You can see some of the animals are way, not sure where they come from. But we will get to a point that it will be hard to differentiate what is real, what is not. So what is the right path? I think that the right path, it doesn't need to be state-of-the-art machine learning or AI or any kind of things like that. It should be going back onto the basics. If there is some sort of tool or technology that it can really make a difference, it can help us learn about tie-out, it can help us enjoy it more, it can help us protect it. That's the right path for me. So this is just some photos I took from the long weekend. We went up to Phuket, and I found it quite interesting how a simple take of just creating a little bit of energy in the middle of the bush to be able to hear straight away some of the manu. It was super meaningful for my daughter. Just to be out there, to touch things, to see how things feel like, that was meaningful. So I think that the future is about finding that sweet spot between having some sort of tech that it really help us to do meaningful things. So what is that looking for Wildlife.ai? We have done strategies, we have done plans in place. The main thing for us is to grow naturally, to grow organically. There are these paths of having thousands of students going through. We aim big, but we know that it needs to be meaningful for the community. Anything that you do in terms of tech, if it can be 100% accurate, it can be the best tool ever, but you don't have the people behind. If we don't have this kind of code, it is not meaningful. So yeah, wanted to thank you everyone for coming along. And I wanted to wrap up with closing karakia. Kia ora te marino, chi ha fa KPA, buona motemana, chi ha tele